Hello everybody. Hey, a lot of people had asked me about what kind of ghillie suit I use for ground hunting. And there again, I'm no ground hunting expert. I usually kill at least one deer a year from the ground. And I think the most I've ever killed was 3. But I don't hunt that much from the ground. Well, I'm pretty much going full time from the ground. It'd be very rare I climb a tree. Excuse me. Be very rare I climb a tree. So the suit that I use, I have 2 of them, and I should have brought the other one, but I didn't. It's the other one is a brown Cabela's ghillie suit. They don't make them no more, so you ain't gonna buy one of them anyway. But the other suit I use is a kill suit, and you'll have to Google that. It's made from a predator call company, but it's called a kill suit. And I use the long coat because I don't use the pants and jacket combo. The long coat is pretty long, and I like that because I can kind of it spreads out, drapes around you sort of. And this thing is really cool, and when I say cool, I mean weather-wise. It's not real hot. I'll cut the sleeve, my bow arm sleeve, completely out of it because if we're hunting and this is going to be my shot, and you're really not going to see that sleeve that much. And I believe, this would actually probably work. But whatever kind of camo I have, I want it to be a little different than this. I want it to be offset, sort of like a limb. And some guys had gave me some pretty good tips on talking about ground hunting on my videos. One guy said to use everything to be a different color camo, like your hat, your shirt be darker or lighter than your pants. Sort of, it's breaking you up. And instead of like one big solid blob, it's broke up in different colors, which makes really good sense. So anyway, we're talking about my ghillie, and it's called a kill suit, a long coat, and this is digital woodland camo right here. And you can see this thing is net. I'll take it off in a second and show you. And but I cut this sleeve off because I'm right-handed, and I do a little bit of trimming right here on my chest because I'm probably going to lean into my shot right there. And so this is what I use. And I've had several deer that looked through me. And I've made noise and they'd lock on, and if they realized I was somebody, they would have got gone right away. But they sat there, one little buck, for 5 minutes looking at me. So, trying to figure out what that noise was he heard, because I bumped the brush. Then another time I had a nice 8-point, probably 3.5-year-old buck. He walked up within 8 yards of me, and he didn't spook at all. He looked at me. He was naturally on this side, and I shoot this way. And I was looking at him at the corner of my eye. I said, well, that's it, he about to run. Well, shoot, he wagged his tail, walked on around and fed around there and never got around to where I could shoot. But he looked through me. And you'll have this, you're gonna have all this on. I'll wear gloves, face mask. I'll be completely covered or either paint my face. Because all this stuff is no good if your face is shining right there. You can't have your face shining, and white goatee too. But that's what I use. And it's got buttons on it, snaps. They're pretty good snaps. Velcro is not your friend. Don't buy anything with Velcro on it when you're hunting. And so you can see it's a net material, and that's the inside part of it. But you can practically see through this thing. And that's it right there. Kill suit. Google that. And the long coat. And this is a pretty good deal. I can assure you that here in South Georgia, this thing works. And I hadn't used turkey hunting. I'm sure it would probably work turkey hunting too. But for deer, they look through you. I had the 8-point that came up on me. I was expecting the deer to be in front of me, and my cover was behind me, and I had a little bit of cover in front of me. Well, he came from the side, like naturally they always come from where they're not supposed to. And there was no back cover. There was nothing. This because I was going to shoot this way. This was wide open. And he looked, what I'm saying, I wasn't hit at all. There was nothing in front of me, nothing behind me, and I was just sitting there still. He looked right through me. He looked right through me, and he was old enough to know better. And he, like I said, he went around, and I ended up killing a deer that afternoon with the self bow, river cane arrow, and a stone point. I shot the deer, I think it was 13 yards. But and the deer that was with the one I shot saw me because I didn't have nothing on this hand. And that deer was over here, and when I went to draw my bow, look at all that shining. So I'll wear 2 gloves or either have paint on that from now on. But this is a talk about the kill suit. I highly recommend this thing, and I live in South Georgia. It gets hot down here. It's 45 right now though, but it gets hot down here in South Georgia. And those burlap type ghillie suits are much too hot, especially early seasons through September, October. Those things are hot. The first year I got this, I used it in hunting persimmons the first week of the bow season, and I wore a short sleeve shirt. I was hunting 2 miles, almost 2 miles in, and then after I ain't no climbing the tree and getting sweated up, right? I went in there and just sat down, and I cooled off, put a long sleeve shirt on because I got my sleeve out, and plus I believe the clothes help hold your scent, and especially with a net thing like this. And I put this on, and I mean, I didn't get hot. It was okay. I mean, it's warm weather. You're going to be warm regardless, but this thing didn't overheat me. Had I used those burlap type things, I would have been sweated down. And another thing I do with this is probably crazy, but I read this somewhere from a guy that strictly hunted off the ground forever, and he used the old type ghillies. But when I buy this thing new, I'll lay it on the ground, get me a few shovelfuls of dirt, and throw on top of it. And I just let it sit there a few days. And then, without even washing it now, but when you pull it up out of that, it has a dirt smell that won't hardly go away. And this one I can still smell a little bit of that dirt smell on it, but you don't smell any foreign stuff on it. So you can do that if you want to, but that's what I do with these. And it sort of dulls it. I really like that. But I recommend this kill suit if you want to hunt off the ground. There again, I'm hunting in South Georgia. Our deer are hunted like 4 months out of the year, and then you have hog hunting people in the swamp for another couple of months. So these deer are pressured, and they are slick. They slick. You won't get away with wearing this very often. Everything will have to line up for you. But I don't want to be one of them guys. I mean, I've only killed 2 deer this year, and it's the 2nd of November, and that's like a record low. And that's simply because I hadn't hunted as hard as I usually do. All kind of excuses, but I'm not happy with just killing 1 deer a year. I need to be successful, and hunting on the ground is not going to be an excuse for me to not take as many animals as I'm accustomed to. I just got to get the bugs out of it, and because I need 5 to fill the freezer. So here you go. Kill suit, long coat, costs about $70. Can't beat it. And I think you can buy all kind of masks and all that sort of stuff, but you don't really need the mask. This thing, you can tighten it up and you'll have a face mask on, have your gloves, and you'll be good. Y'all stay tuned. I'm getting my Waldrop pack seat figured out here. I've only used it one time. I've used it one time, and I pretty much got everything I need figured out on it, and I'll do a video about that, and hope y'all enjoyed it. I hope this is helpful. A lot of people's asking me about my ghillie suit. I'm sure there are tons of them out there. My good friend Denny Cromer is the one who told me about this one, and he kills a lot of animals off the ground, a lot of deer, and this is what he uses, and so I like it, especially for it's not hot. That's one thing. I really like it for that, because like I said, I've had those others and they turned me away from a ghillie simply because of how hot they were and because of how bad they held scent. And the burlap one I got, it's not burlap, it's really thick cloth. I did the dirt thing with it and it got the scent out of it. So that's a tip for you guys who want to try that. Y'all keep the good Lord first, and thank you, Lord, for good health and the freedom to be able to do this kind of stuff. See y'all next time.